Welcome! My name is Susie G, and the purpose of my new YouTube channel is to contribute to the Tartaria Old World research community. I'm grateful to people like Michelle Gibson, John Levi, Hattie Mikowski, Old World Exploration, and so many others for opening my eyes to the false historical narrative that we have been given. I currently reside in Southern California, and I found Tartaria, of course, in my backyard. Though most of these buildings have been destroyed, I wanted to share with you my findings of an exploration of Redlands, California. Now, the current population around 2020 for Redlands is about 74,000 people. Now, the slide we're looking at right now, of course, is an insane asylum, Patton State Hospital. Now, Patton has a story, of course, a narrative, that it was created built in 1890 and started receiving patients in 1893. Obviously, this channel isn't about giving the history from Wikipedia. This is what I truly believe, like so many others, that we have been fed lies. I believe Patton, in particular, was to house people that would not go along with the reset narrative. They wouldn't play ball. There is no reason why a building with the population of San Bernardino and Redlands at that time should be there like this. This is an old world building. Now, things that made Redlands, quote, desirable was dry, warm climate, beautiful parks, fine residences, orange groves and orchards, grand mountain scenery, magnificent sunsets. This is how they portrayed it in a 1903 Board of Trade book that's very common back then. Now, the population is just crazy to have buildings like this. In 1900, there's maybe about 1,700 people. 1910, it's about, say, 2,400, 2,300, 2,200, somewhere in there. Now, this building blew my mind. It just blew my mind. This is the University of Redlands. The backstory on this is crazy. This photo you're looking at right now is the campus. However, it's very hard to find on the internet. I tried to get more pictures. Kept coming up Air 404. Here's the official story. You're going to see that they voted on it in 1907. And then in 1909, they break ground. And then, of course, we see students are attending in 1910. And I've read on the internet anywhere from 32 students to 56 students attending. Speaking of inheritors, here are some faculty and some students. Now, this particular photo was actually taken probably a decade into the founding, the founding of the University of Redlands. Now, of course, we have to have our trolley, and obviously anyone who does Tartaria research knows this was a worldwide phenomenon or mode of transportation in the old world. To me, it's quite practical, and yeah, It's here too, in Little Redlands, with 22 or 2,400 people. Now, this building was 1902 that they claim. It's the Redlands Fire Department. We've got some fire people here that most likely went along with the narrative. McKinley. Now, there's a huge avenue in Riverside, California called McKinley. And he visited, evidently, at this Casa Loma Hotel in, I believe it was 1901. I think it was 1901. It's hard to see right there. But they also had Roosevelt, however you want to say that, Teddy visit. And I think it's because this area was very luxurious, and you're going to see why. Speaking of luxurious, the Kimberly Crest Mansion that is still there today. I'm going to show you a photo in a moment. The backstory on this is just nonsense. It's built in 1897 and then sold to the Kimberly family that is also the family that is involved in tissue, the big Kimberly-Clark company of today. And the backstory is just, there's no construction photos. I have actually been here when I was in my 20s for a wedding. We weren't allowed to go in the home. It was grounds rented only. Beautiful, beautiful mansion. One of these days I'm gonna go and try to book a tour. They do give tours inside, and I'm hoping to be able to film, and you'll see why. There it is. This could literally be a chateau in France. It is amazing. Look at this. This is old world. We have the waterways. A town of, say, let's be generous, 2,500. This makes no sense. Again, we know what's going on here. Another beautiful picture of the Kimberly Crest Mansion. I found this one with no explanation. This photo looks doctored. Again, no information. And what's very strange is I think they just put up that scaffolding. I don't know what's going on there. Here is the Redlands High School, according to Wikipedia, established 1891. Now, remember, in 1900, supposedly Redlands has about 1,700 people. So we definitely need a high school this large. I have some better photos I'm going to show you next. Now here is another closer look at the high school. Look at just the construction. Old world beauty. Our poor children of today can't even imagine a building like this for their high school. At least in California, they usually put in, outdoor portables, etc. Just the craftsmanship. And I wanted to show this to show the ivy growing. It's a better picture in my opinion. You can really see the stone. And my final slide regarding the Redlands High School, a postcard, and just in my belief, and I'm sure many of yours, this is just dug out of the ground from the mud flood and just repurposed and reused, and they create the narrative that we are told. Now this is an elementary school, we're told. I can actually say, well, maybe they built this. The reason I say that is wait till you see the other elementary school. Here's the elementary school that just drew me in. Old World Beauty. Kingsbury Elementary School. Supposedly came into existence around early 1900s, 1906 time frame. Just imagine a little child getting to go to school in this beautiful structure. There's a closer look of it. And we have a YMCA. Of course we do. And another kind of photo. That's a mud flood right there. That slant. Another photo of YMCA. We have a castle in Redlands. Of course we do. Posing as a church. There's some of the inheritors or people that went along with the program. Cajun Street, Redlands, California. We have some tech here, Antiquitech. And the building in the back is what they call the Moorish style, which reminds me of Michelle Gibson's work. It is the public library, which you'll be seeing. I believe it's Smiley Library. And of course we have the very sickly, sad-looking horses pulling the trolley. Here's Smiley Library in the Moorish style. And Smiley Library again. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now the Sterling residence, it's hard to find a lot of information, but supposedly in 1912 was the most beautiful residence in Southern California, built in 1897, nicknamed La Casada. Evidently they laid it out, set it out in 1900, again, part of their narrative. This is another hard photo to find, the entrance to the Sterling residence. I was looking for so many photos, they're wiped off the internet. Maybe someone else who wants to look into it will find some. I was having a lot of trouble finding it. And we have a railroad. That's part of the narrative. Electricity, railroad. Just all usurped old world, you know, technology, buildings, structures. Another of downtown Redlands. And I believe Smiley Library again. And finally, I wanted to show you the Odd Fellows. Of course, they're going to be there in Redlands. And 1900, 1910, somewhere in there. We're going to hear they have electricity early on. In the 1890s, there is SoCal Edison. They are still crooks, I'm just going to say it. And yeah, they have an office there, so that's why we're getting going in Redlands in the 1890s. I had to post this. 1913, Llewellyn Ironworks, which is interesting because Llewellyn is an occult book publisher. They deal with occult subjects and magic. Now I wanted to show you just briefly the courthouse of San Bernardino. I think San Bernardino deserves a whole video of its own. But again, this to me looks like it could be Europe. The high school in San Bernardino. And in Riverside, another video that I want to make the Mission Inn. World famous, still stands. Many presidents have stayed there. It's quite famous. And this is very Moorish, or looks like it could be in Spain. So down the road, I would like to film a video of the Mission Inn. And I found this postcard inside the Mission Inn in 1910. It's just beautiful. Doesn't go along with the narrative. How these people with their wagons and horses and low population created all this. And the artistry, this is evidently something that they are now saying is chapel. And you can tell the cross has been added in. So I'd like to thank you for watching. Please comment your thoughts about the buildings or any questions. And I want to thank you and much love. And please like and subscribe. I'm just getting going with Tartaria with love. I look forward to making videos weekly to help contribute to the old world community. Much love.